Be very, very careful what you believe, because what you believe determines your attitude, your actions, your habits, your feelings, your whole life. It determines the outcome of your life and what you achieve and what you absolutely fail to achieve. And check this out. This one's huge. When we have erroneous beliefs or mistaken beliefs, like, so I believe something and I'm wrong about it, because you don't have, something doesn't have to be true for people to believe it. I mean, you know that already. Look around, man. People believe anything. So it doesn't have to be true for people to believe it. In fact, it's probably pretty likely that you and I believe things that aren't totally accurate or true. But those things are causing a lot of really good people to suffer needlessly, to worry, to be afraid, to be anxious or discouraged, or to struggle needlessly because of something they believe. Now, I got to back up here, because maybe you were like me and I grew up in an environment and a home where if somebody talked about beliefs, it was all about like what you believe about God and what you believe about life. And I always thought, maybe it was just me, but I always thought when you talked about beliefs, it was like, oh, what are my beliefs? My religious beliefs, or my existential beliefs. What I didn't realize is that we all have hundreds, actually probably thousands of beliefs. Beliefs about big things and beliefs about little tiny things. But those beliefs, accurate or not, true or not, good or not, all those beliefs are the determining factors for our lives. Woo. So I want you to lean into this with me for a second and really start thinking about, like, what are the things that I believe? And how are they controlling and directing my thoughts and actions and attitudes and emotions and relationships and work and contribution, my whole life journey, what I do with my time? Do you realize that everything you do with your time in your life and the way you do life is all built on beliefs, the little things you believe? Wow, let that sink in for a minute. Everything you're doing in your life is built on beliefs, right? If you believe, like, let me ask you this question. What do you believe is necessary for success? When you got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to do that. So you're going to follow, if you want to be successful, you're going to follow those things, even if it might be totally off track, right? Maybe your parents or grandparents or some neighbor told you, like, look, if you want to be success, you got to do this, this, and this, and he was dead wrong. But if you believe that, you're going to do those things either consciously or subconsciously. So let's throw some examples out, right? And if you guys think of examples, as we're going through this, if you think of examples of beliefs that are like directing our lives, beliefs that have helped you or beliefs that have harmed you, not even harmed you, but like made you struggle or stumble, throw them in the comment section. But here's some examples, right? If you believe that you'll get sick or die, here, I've heard this on our travels all around the world. So by the way, guys, for those of you who know, I'm Greg Denning. I grew up in a broken home, was out on my own early, and built my life from scratch. And one of the most important things I ever learned was about the power of beliefs. And what we believe determines our lives. If our beliefs are off, then our life will be off. And the great news is we can go in and we can alter those beliefs. Like, they were planted in there probably when we were little for some experience or some reason. Like, you might believe, here's a common one, that dogs are dangerous. And maybe as a kid, there was a dog and it seemed so big because you were so little, and it bit you, and you know, you're like, man, dogs are dangerous. Well, it's obviously now you're like, well, not all dogs are dangerous, right? But if you have a core belief that was planted in there as old programming that dogs are dangerous, you're going to avoid dogs at all costs, right? It's a simple one. Here's something, we've traveled all over the world, and here's something I've seen again and again and again of what people believe will make them sick or die. One I heard all the time was, if you leave the windows open at night, you'll get sick and maybe die, right? If you go out barefoot, you'll get sick and die. If you take cold showers, you'll get sick and die. If you, like sometimes sleep without covers, or go out in the rain, right? Or in the cold, or with some of the, like, shaking hands, getting up early, right? If you believe that getting up early is harmful for your health, then, man, are you going to get up early and start your day, right? No. Right? Because it's a core belief. So what about this one? What you believe is dangerous. The things you believe are dangerous determine what you do, whether they're actually dangerous or not. Like, let that sink in. And I know you know people like this. Maybe you've experienced it yourself, or you know people that, like, they latch on to, they believe something's dangerous. That's it, man. It determines their life until they, I forgot the official name for it, but there's this phobia where everything outside of your home starts to become so dangerous to you that you just retract, and then you never leave your house because everything outside is dangerous. But think about that. What, like, if you think travel is dangerous, if flying is dangerous, riding a bike is dangerous, hiking, camping, investing, talking to people you don't know, dogs, cats, hamsters, snakes, like whatever, balloons, unicorns, Muslims, Mexicans, Mormons, the world, walking on a curb, standing in the rain, going out in the cold. Like, think about all those things. If you, like, in your conscious or subconscious mind, you, like, believe that's dangerous, well, you're going to do everything you can to avoid it. From riding in a fast car to being on a motorcycle to whatever, right? And it doesn't, your belief in it doesn't necessarily make it dangerous, but it affects your life. Ooh, this is powerful. Let me share some other ones I wrote down here. If you believe that the opinions of other people define you, let that one sink in because it comes up a lot. If you believe that the opinions of other people actually define you, how will that affect your life? How about if you believe that opportunities are rare? I'll meet people like that sometimes and think, man, no, there's just not many opportunities out here. And maybe your grandparents said that, or your teachers, or somebody in your life, or you had an experience, you just thought opportunities are rare. If you genuinely believe that opportunities are rare, it's totally going to affect the course of your life. Versus somebody else, like me, for example, and I used to believe that. I used to believe that opportunities are rare. I've now realized opportunities are everywhere. There are literally endless opportunities in our lives right now. Well, those are two totally different paradigms that affect the course of our lives. Think about that. It's so powerful. So again, I hope this is sparking ideas and you're thinking of more examples, and write them in the comments. Let's share. Let's just blow up the comments section with all these different ideas of how beliefs, accurate or not, can help us or hurt us, like stunt our progress. Here's another one. If you believe that you are always unlucky. You ever heard that or said that? Oh, it's just my luck. It's just my luck. Things never work out for me. If you believe that things never work out for you, man, you're going to struggle unnecessarily. If you believe people are out to get you. I met people like that. In fact, I used to feel like that. I was in this spot where, man, everyone's just out to take advantage of me and hurt me and try to stop me, like the whole world's against me. Right? You ever felt that or believe that? How about if you believe that people should be controlled, like a form of totalitarianism? Right? If you believe that the only way to get people to do the right thing is to control them, that's going to direct your life. How about if you believe that nothing matters? Right? There are people out there moving towards totalitarianism, and there are people moving towards what's called nihilism. You just don't care about anything. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter what I do. I can try this, I can try that, I can give all this effort. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter what anybody does. Right? When you just stop caring, you become totally apathetic and indifferent because nothing matters, and you really believe that, wow, totally going to affect your life. How about if you believe that you're the only one that can do things right? If I want something done right, I have to do it myself. Whoa. How do you see others? How do you view others? How do you treat others if you really believe that you're the only one that can do things right? Or you're the only smart one in the room? Right? Wow. You see how this works? It's just so powerful. Or if you believe, like you might have blanket beliefs that group of people, that race, that religion, that people from that country or that part of the world, they're all that way, or that political group or that sports team, they're all this way. That's going to affect your life, the way you think, the way you feel, your attitude, your actions, your paradigms, how you see people, how you treat people, right? If you think all kids are annoying, And they all just have terrible behavior. Is that true? All kids? Well, no, it's not true. But if you believe it's true, then it's true for you, and it'll change the way you treat them. Or if you believe, what are your beliefs about teenagers? This one breaks my heart. I love teenagers. I think they're amazing. What an incredible time of life. But the vast majority of things I hear about teens are, teens, teen hormones and teen rebellion. They're just, a terrible time. And, you got to go through teens. And so I always hear about the terrible twos and the terrible teens. And I don't think either of them are terrible. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Right? And not all teens act like that. And if they're acting like that, it's something else. It's not that they're teens. Right? But if you believe that, if you believe that the teenage years for your kids and all teenagers are a certain way, is that going to affect how you view them, how you treat them, how you view yourself during that time, right? What you do about it? Oh man, absolutely. So my invitation, my friends, is to go through and just start noticing your beliefs. Start catching them. Start writing them down. Maybe grab your journal, right? If you got a little journal, I have leather journals all over here. Grab a journal, make a note on your phone, and just start capturing them. And just start looking at your beliefs and start asking, like, is this belief serving me? Is it really accurate? Like, is that dangerous? Is that really going to kill me? Is life really like that? Are people really, really like that? What are your beliefs about money? What are your beliefs about food? What are your beliefs about faith? What are your beliefs about fitness? Right? If you believe that you can't lose weight, is that going to affect the way you live and what you eat and what you try? Absolutely. Right? So look through all your beliefs, start catching them, noticing them, and then start asking, like, is this serving me? And then start analyzing, start reading from the best books ever, right? You can tell I believe in reading great books and reading from the best authors of all time. And then if I notice a belief in myself, I'm like, I believe that. Can I find it in the greatest thinkers and leaders of all time? Do they believe that? Or do they believe something similar? Or do they believe something opposite? Man, I can't even tell you how many times I have come to a conclusion, I believe something, and then I read these great thinkers and realize, man, they believe the exact opposite. Is it me or is it them? Right? And I study that out. I'm like, okay, I need to change my beliefs. And so I do. And when we change our beliefs, we literally change our lives. So again, I know I keep repeating myself here. I want you to really do this and take it seriously. Start capturing your beliefs. Start writing them down. Start noticing. Have conversations about it. And then out to the side of it, be like, is there a better belief? Is there a better way? Is there something better that would serve me here? It might come down to something so simple as like, I'm not good enough, to I'm enough. Or I'll never be, one belief I had that I would never be wealthy. I never believed I would be wealthy because I grew up poor. I was so poor, and I was out on my own. I was broke. And I just kind of unconsciously believed that I was always be broke. Well, that wasn't serving me. Right? And so I got to change that. Well, I can't do that. Who am I? I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. I was born over here. My parents did this. I never went to that place. I didn't go to that school. I got rejected from that thing. Right? If you believe because you failed one time that you're going to be a failure. If you believe that the only way you could ever be happy in life is if you bought this thing or made this team. If you believe that, then you're going to suffer and struggle unnecessarily. So identify those beliefs. Share all the examples in the chat box, and then start writing in your new beliefs. And maybe you can do that, some of you in the comments. Write down your old belief and the new belief you want. For example, when you change, like I used to believe this, now I believe this. And watch how your beliefs will literally transform your life. Wow, I love this stuff. All right, if you like this video and you know someone who needs this reminder, share the video. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and subscribe to the Extraordinary Family Life podcast. But let's all carefully watch what we believe, because your beliefs, be very careful what you believe, because your beliefs will in large part determine your life. Reach upward.